All right. Well, so I had to jump through a couple of hoops there this morning to get that YouTube stream live. Good morning, everyone on YouTubers, and well, if wherever you are in the world, it could be morning, evening, afternoon. Welcome to everyone who watches live, and also everyone who will watch the replay broadcast either on Facebook or on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here, for taking out time of your life to hang out here with me. And like, this is what this is all about, with me, like on Sundays, it's hanging out with me. I talk about different subjects, whatever. I'm sort of still in a temporary setup. The construction should be complete, yay, really seriously this week. Actually, there's a crew coming at noon, like in 10 minutes to hang doors. And the painting is finished in the office, and I will be in my office this week. So I'm on sort of a temporary setup here on boxes, and it's a little bit crazy. But I am so thankful that this construction project is just about coming to an end. Of course, there's another one right around the corner behind it, but that's going to be outdoor exterior construction. Excuse me. So it won't affect my interior living space, which is great, and my office and all of that. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, Elizabeth. Good morning, Kim. Nice to see you guys. All right. So today we're going to talk about healing. And I think it's kind of cool and interesting that YouTube put a subject in for me. I had put the subject in about healing and healers, and it changed it to burnout. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So when things like that happen, I totally go with the universe, and I, that's a total message from the universe. So the universe wants to talk about burnout, right? And how to combat burnout. So I'm going to incorporate that into our chat today. And, and the reason why I decided to talk about healing and healers today particularly is because there were two pretty remarkable and interesting events that happened in my life this past week that had to do with healing and healers, and myself particularly, and one of my colleagues whom I work with. So if you guys follow me on Facebook, because I know there are some of you guys watching on YouTube, so you might not know this, but if you guys follow me on Facebook, you will know that my dad was in the hospital again this past week with pneumonia, and he has congestive heart failure, and it turns out he also has MRSA. So anyway, we expected him to be in the hospital for over a week because the pneumonia was pretty serious, and he was in it kind of rough shape. So he has COPD, which is pretty advanced, and now his heart failure has also advanced, and he needs a valve replacement, but he can't go under anesthesia and have open heart surgery. So anyway, so one of my colleagues and I did some energy work on him this week. Let's see, what day did we do it? I think we did it Friday. Thursday and Friday we worked on him. So she is a certified space clearer, and I am certified in tons of different things. I am a master healer from the Reese Thomas Institute of Energy Medicine. And also, I'm a double Reiki master, and I have all kinds of healing certifications and whatnot. So anyway, my friend did professional clearing on him and on his house, and I did the healing work on him. And we started working on him Thursday. We worked on him for a while on Thursday, and then finished working on him Friday. Friday night, he calls me up and says, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? I need a ride home from the hospital." Now, we didn't expect him to be coming home till at least Tuesday. And he even said it himself. He said, I don't know what happened, but he said, I didn't think I'd be coming home this quick, but they're letting me go. So the power of energy medicine is phenomenal. The power of clearing, not only space clearing the place that you live in, but also clearing things off of your emotional, physical, spiritual self, and clearing the dimensions, right? We all get corded from other people, and sometimes we have cords from other dimensions, other lifetimes, things like that. So that was the first case that we had. And then the second case, actually, it was the day before that, was my colleague's nephew was involved in a serious school bus accident in Colorado. And when she called me, they had transported, they couldn't airlift him because the flying conditions were too bad. So they had to take him by ambulance 2.5 hours to the nearest hospital, and then they had to transfer him to a biggest hospital. So this young man was in really rough shape, and they weren't sure if he was going to make it. So my colleague and I teamed up and worked together on him, and she did the clearing, and I did the healing. And he walked out of the hospital Friday. Walked out on his own 2 feet. He walked out of that hospital on Friday. We're just blown away. Now, I've had many cases that I have worked on myself over the years for people who have healed from conditions where the doctor said that they wouldn't heal and that there was no more medical procedures that they could do. So it's not the first time I've seen this kind of crazy, amazing stuff happen, but 2 in a row, like in the same week, I thought that was pretty remarkable. So, we'll see what happens with Dad having to have surgery or not. And hopefully, who knows, maybe, by keeping to work on him, he won't have to have surgery. Or if he does, the surgery will go smoothly. So that's my little tidbit for, I wanted to really get on and talk about that a little bit with all you guys, because, and it goes out with like stress, it goes with stress and burnout, right? Because when we don't take care of ourselves, not just our physical body, but our psycho-spiritual, emotional self, then, things in our system goes crazy. Now, I'm not saying that every physical cause or illness is because, of a psycho-spiritual connection. There are some things that you have charted in, before you came here to experience and those are usually bigger things. Okay. So, the sort of emotional psycho-spiritual connection is a big part, and there are so many unseen levels that we are not aware of. The mortal human, right, the Muggle, for you Harry Potter fans, that we don't understand, we don't know about, and they are just now sort of coming to light, coming back to the surface. We're starting to see a lot of old practices come back to the present time, right? A big thing is, and we're going to talk a little bit about this today, is the energy of the goddess, right? We are in the time, we are in the shift where we are moving from the patriarchal Iron Age that has been oppressive, especially to women, into the miraculous period in the age of the goddess, and this is the time that all the prophets have spoken of, where we come into this age of Aquarius, and then we move in what different sort of like religion you follow or things like that. And my construction crew is coming in, of course. They're never on time. Generally, they're an hour late, and they just pulled up to the door. So It's going to be a quick show today, guys. All right. But I did want to share that with you. And sorry I got on later than expected because I could not figure the YouTube thing out. And I had to set up a temporary desk here. One thing I want you guys to know and talk about is that my up and coming course that I have that I'm trying to find the live thing so I can bring on the fabulous Susan Brochin. You know, Facebook is such a pain in the ass, pardon my not French, but sometimes it lets you bring people on live and other times it doesn't. And I'm on Google, particularly Chrome, so I can bring Susan on live, and it's not giving me the little icon so I can bring her up. Oh, that is very frustrating and very annoying. So Susan, I know you're there, but sadly, Facebook is not giving me the little camera to bring you on live. So can you see, like, if you have the live service witness to receive is not, so anyway, I'm just trying to see if there's anything here. No, nothing. Okay. I was just trying to see if that in that little thing in the bottom of the event logs, if I could bring it on there, and no. Okay. So I'm going to do, Susan and I'm just now throwing this out here, Susan. I haven't told you this because it just came up since I can't bring you on Facebook Live. How about, and we're going to do a Zoom call, which you guys will have to sign up for the link. And then we're going to talk about the class. Okay. So I will post a link for that. Susan, I hope that's okay. We're going to have to pick a time and day to do that. And Susan is joining me with this 13-month training because Susan is a goddess expert and an expert in the divine feminine. And that's not one of my strong points and one of my strong suits. And I got a download a couple of weeks ago that I had to bring in the energy of the divine feminine into this 13-month, it's like a mentorship training. Okay. So this is my core class. This is a beta group. So this is the first time I am doing this 13-month training. And it's going to include my psychic development that I teach locally, which is taught in 2 parts over a period of like 6 months. So this big course is going to include my psychic development course. It's going to include, we're working with 4 goddesses over the period of the 13 months. We're going to work with 1 each season. Susan says, Zoom call, betcha. Yes. Okay, you have an icon for a watch party, but that's not the same. No, it's not the same. That's when you invite your friends to watch me now. All right, so we will schedule that Zoom call and I'll post it right here on my Facebook page. And so you guys will be able to sign up to come to that live Zoom call because I can't get Susan on here live, which is, like I said, maddening. Facebook changes things all the time. And you never know when you get on from one day to the next, if you're going to have that live camera icon or not. So anyway, so I got the download that this 13-month, it was originally going to be a 9-month training. And it was going to be psychic development and mediumship. And I got a download at 1:00 in the morning a few weeks ago. And the download was, no. This has to be, the basis has to be, cooked in the divine feminine. And it has to have the energy of the goddess. So I called in Susan, like I said, who's an expert, who I love so very much. And she is creating the whole goddess and the divine feminine aspect and part of the 13-month training. So the first goddess that we're working with is the goddess Lakshmi, which is about abundance. And we are going to be looking at patterns in your life, particularly around abundance, in the first section of the course. And that's just one of the things that we're doing. So if you guys are interested in that, you're going to want to sign up for the free class. And Unexpected Changes of the New Normal, Susan says, yes, Susan is also an astrologer. And she sends me all these great tidbits. And the contractor is outside telling me to give them a call. Okay, I'm just going to tell them that I'm on the air and they need to just come in. They should know that by now. But anyway, maybe the door's locked. No, I don't think so, because my daughter took the dog out already. Okay, so there we go. So Susan, I'm sorry I couldn't bring you up. That's a real disappointment. I thought we were going to have some fun here together, but we will have some fun on the Zoom call. Okay. And again, I will post that link. Okay. So I want to give you guys some tips, right? We're talking about burnout. We started the call this today, this live and this YouTube, talking about burnout. And talking about healing and energy medicine and also clearings. So some of the things that you can do to help yourself, right, with burnout, and especially now because we're in a Mercury retrograde. So this is a good time to sort of lay a little bit low, to, take care of yourself, to do some journaling. This is a really good time for those kind of things. And we are in a new moon, which is a new moon in Pisces, and Pisces is emotional, right? You think about Pisces and it's a fish and it's water. And this is a really good time. My guides are saying it's a great time to take a salt bath, to do some meditation, to really think about sort of like what you want to create, because we here in the well, not just in the Western world, but around the globe, we celebrate New Year's on New Year's Eve, December 31st, New Year's, January 1st. And it's really not the right time to be celebrating that. The calendar is man-made, but there are different calendars in different cultures with different New Year's. There's the Chinese calendar, the Chinese New Year, and there's the Sri Lankan New Year, and there's all different New Years that go all the way into April. And the thing with New Year's being in the dead of winter, it's here in the Western Hemisphere, where we have just come into winter, and winter is about hibernating. But when we follow the seasons, it's a much more normal and healthy way to live, and it's better for us that way. So coming into this spring season, you want to think about what seeds you're planting, what seeds you're sowing. And you want to go deep with your thoughts, and be careful about what you are planting and really think about that. So this is a great time for reflection. Mercury retrograde is about moving more slowly. It's not about moving, quickly. And it is about changes, unexpected changes, and the new normal, as Susan says, right? So think about that this week. It's going to be a really good week astrologically. This whole year looks a lot better astrologically than last year, which I'm excited about. And but there will be lots of surprises still in store. Of course, here in the United States, we have the presidential election later in the year, and we're, everything is gearing up towards that. So, expect that there will be some interesting things that we see coming out of the U.S. this year. And we'll talk about that another day with some of my astrology friends. So, I hope that you guys, wherever you are in the world today, whether you're listening live or you listen to the replay, because today is today, whether you come back and listen to this, watch this on a different time or day, or, you're here with me live. So when it's recorded live, the energy stays live and evergreen. Okay. So keep that in mind. That's really something interesting that I learned many years ago from Kenji Kumara, who I followed and studied his work for a number of years. I've studied with some of the greatest people. It's really, really beautiful and amazing. So, so take care of yourself this week. Do something fun. We do have a fun element in the energy this week. Here where our weather is incredibly unseasonal, we've had no winter here in the Northeast, the lower Northeast, really, to speak of. We had a couple of small snowstorms. Today is 51 degrees and it's February 23rd. Normally it's like 12 here. So it's been a really, really super mild winter here. And I know that's not the case for everybody. I know I have friends all over the country and other parts of the world who have had, kind of a rough winter and lots of snow. I have family in Wisconsin and they're buried in snow, and it's snowed practically every day there. And it just keeps piling on more and more and more. All right, so I'm getting distracted because the trucks are pulling into my driveway as I'm watching them here, and I know that the guys are quietly waiting for me to get off the air. So I have to run. I'm sorry, you guys. This was short today, but unexpected changes. There we are. Things happen, and I will be back with you next week. So watch for that link, the Zoom link, to sign up for the free, I'm going to call it a class. So it'll be a free mini class. And Susan and I, or free chat, or whatever, Susan and I are going to be talking about my up and coming 13-month Your Secret Intuition Code program. And this program, I just want to put this sort of out there. This program is not for everyone. You do have to fill out sort of an application. It is a small group. And so not everybody is going to have an opportunity to get in. But if you feel you're called to join, if you want to find out more, then definitely you'll be able to join us on that call that we're going to do on that free chat. And, if you guys like my work, if you follow me, please share it with your friends. That's how, this expands and grows and it touches more people. You share it with your friends. And, I always give referral bonuses. So if you've worked with me in the past, or even if you haven't worked with me and you have a friend that you refer to me who has a session with me, or takes a class, you get a referral bonus. So I just want to throw that out there for you guys. So please share it with your friends. And let's lift each other up. That's what this new energy is all about, because women work together where men tend to work alone, in a sense where they like to make decisions on their own and they don't like other people telling them what to do. None of us really do, but women naturally have always worked together in groups, right? And so that's what this new energy is all about. It's about lifting each other up, not tearing each other down like we see so much on social media. It's about lifting every single person up. It's about lifting your sisters up, and not just your sisters, lifting the men in your life up as well. Okay. So with that, everyone, I want to thank you for hanging out with me. And again, please share it with your friends. Watch for that link this week so you can sign up for that that free mini class with Susan Brochet and I. And I am so excited about this up and coming training. It's really kind of a mentorship program in a way. But get ready, because it's not going to be what do you call that? It's not going to be a pansy class. You're going to have to work, okay? And anyway, but you're going to learn a lot. I'm going to throw so much that I know into this course. And I know a lot about this world. Okay. So anyway, I love you guys all. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I will see you really soon. Bye. That I know into this for